Everyone grab 5.
Yeah, I can probably make it.
Hey, homecoming queen.
Yep.
Kill. You. I knew y'all were gonna do that. I said, you ready, Dylan? I clicked my gun off safety.
Hey, 2 more and we're out.
So when we found these birds, jumped up 2,000 or 3,000 of them, sitting pretty thick in a pocket. Our first initial thought is what, most people think is, probably save it for the morning. But with it already being a slow morning and filming this episode, we decided that, there was enough birds that if we got in there pretty quick and didn't bust a whole lot of them out and educate them, that we could probably shoot them.
Kill him. Gotta fucking love it, baby.
Let's go, pick them, pick.
Yep.
Kill. You. I knew y'all were gonna do that. I said, you ready, Dylan? I clicked my gun off safety.
Hey, 2 more and we're out. Yeah.
One of my favorite parts is watching birds work and how to call at them and how responsive they are. And the challenge we faced this week, a lot of the birds were a lot of call shy. They respond to you, but sometimes they'd flare and sometimes they wouldn't, and it just depends on the certain bird. I think a lot of the birds that are here are a bunch of locals, but then again, I think we had some birds mixed in that were actually migrators. But for the most part, a lot of the times, the birds would come over and you wouldn't even have to talk to them. They would just absolutely fall in and do it right every single time.
All right, let's go. Oh my.
Hey, there's another pocket about 300 yards down. I bet that's where they went. So Tuesday morning after we hunted, we kind of decided that we could probably get back in there the next day and hunt them again. We didn't even see near maybe like a third of the ducks that we jumped up, and we got back up in there this morning, and birds just worked just fine. And it was awesome watching them work the way they did and they cupped up like that. Working the big groups is always fun, and shooting singles and doubles and watching everybody laugh and have a good time. And that's what it's all about. It's just that experience with the guys you're with and having a good time.
What?
kill him. It was Hunter.
I don't think you're high. I ain't high. That's all in the end. Listen, did you even throw your Dakotas out? No, I haven't. Oh my.
So we get set up this morning and it's a bluebird day and the birds start landing the decoys 20 minutes before shooting light, and about the time shooting light happens we shoot 2 birds and it's like 5 minutes happen and there wasn't anything. I feel like that moment always makes people nervous, like did all the birds just come in or are they coming back, and it just picked right back up where it left off, and I just where it was like the birds, obviously they wanted to be in that spot. We'd catch them when we were seeing them, they were already coming in, and right at the last minute they'd either swerve or pick up and go somewhere else. And a tip I would give people is don't be afraid to move your decoys or switch something up. I mean, there's no perfect science to it, nothing that's guaranteed. So one thing that you can do is just move it around and guess, and eventually you might find something they like. And that's one of the things I think that we did right, is that we weren't afraid to get out there and switch it up a little bit on them and see what they liked. And we'd move and have a couple birds come and leave it like that for a little bit, and then if the birds start working a little bit weird, the wind picked up, move it a little bit again.
Alright, killer.
Kick your ass up.
Oh no.
It's gonna freeze.
It was safe to go down. He's like, I ain't falling for that.
I was like, hey dude, I've been here. It's cool. Yeah. It's cool, man.
We're good.
Kill him.
Kill him.
Kill him.
Yes, freaking sir. I killed it first. Russ kept
Hey,
going.
did it not work out for the best?
There's birds. There's birds. There's more. There's 10. There's 6. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's 10.
Please.
Here. Dead. Dead. Good boy.
Kill him.
Kill him.
Here. No nap today for him. Get old Sally over.
He won't. He'll walk. Kill him.
So I get asked a lot why I do this and why I wake up at 2 a.m. and why I go on these cold boat rides and freeze my hands and stand in the water and do all this stuff for just a bird. But I mean, ever since I was little going to hunt with Dad, I fell in love with watching that one lonesome greenhead just give it up to the group to absolutely whack. And I'm 23 and that feeling will never get old, and it never will.